Good morning, everybody. This is a unusual time for me to be on, and as usual, microphone doesn't want to work correctly anyway. But I was on this morning and thought I would share with you what I was looking at. This isn't so much for a live, but basically just for everybody to be able to see where I'm digging at today. So I don't even know if anybody will be here for the actual live, but this will be here for later. Today's digging is Ingersoll Lockwood. I go down this one quite a bit. It hasn't changed in a minute, but there's been something on here. If you've seen me on Daniel's show or my show, there's something I keep mentioning. For anybody who's not been to this website, um, Ingersoll Lockwood, their main page is about the U.S. Space Force. There's, all kind of information on here, tabs, the library, some other things. It's not about what you see, it's about what you don't see. Hey, Rebecca, good morning. Hey, Kay, thank you for the messages this morning. That was so sweet. I hope you're having a good day. Um, I wanted everybody to be able to see how to look at this page. There are things here that you don't see. If you will click and highlight, see the dots that show up here? You can't see them when it's not highlighted. Those dots take you places, to documents, to things you should go read. Um, there's a lot of things on here. This one page probably has 20, 30 links. If you will, this is one of the reasons, which you really can't see it on the screen, but on my side, my mouse you see moving around, see it's a hand. That means there's something there that's clickable. That's why I have this cursor for my mouse. Because if there's nothing that's clickable, it's an arrow. If there's something hidden that's clickable, it's a hand. Or anything that's clickable, it turns into a hand. But see, like 1717 in the address, it's clickable, it takes you somewhere. There's lots, see, W in Washington, USA. There's actually something behind that. But this is another situation where if you click and drag, you'll see that something pops up after that zip code that you can't see with the naked eye. See right there? That's something as well. Um, all these are their documents, their YouTube videos, their links to web pages. This one is the little white rabbit. I discovered this one about a year and a half ago. It's constantly changing. It has different information on here when it changes. Currently, it is a white rabbit sitting on a ball with a red, white, and blue ribbon. See if I can upsize it a little bit so you can see. That says 250. That will actually take you, I'll click on it. Let's open it in a new window. And it takes you back to the information on the January 6th event that the White House has put out about the truth behind all of that in the documents. This is the one I want to bring your attention to today. See that red line pop up? You don't see anything here. There's plenty here you're not seeing. And the phone rings. Of course, I'm on air and the phone rings. If you click and drag, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. That's Willie calling, by the way. I'm going to have to send him a text message because now he's wondering why I didn't answer him. But in the beginning of a change, the patriot is a scarce man, and brave, and hated, and scorned. When his cause succeeds, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot. Samuel Langhorne Clemens. If you know who he is, you know who he is. If not, go look him up. Me telling you isn't going to get you where you need to go. This is part of the theory of curiosity of a child. A lot of these things you need to go dig and find for yourself. And this is going to be a short video this morning. You can go on here and find all the things to dig into, but that red line that's popping up, It's right there. What is a human adenovirus? And could it be bioengineered? The looking glass is a mirror. Mirror lights up. So in reverse. This, when you click on it, takes you to a National Library of Medicine. It is the inhibition of human adenovirus replication by the important AB1 nuclear import inhibitor. And look at there. There's that word. If you go down, it explains to you that this is one of the only things that they have found that have any effect on this. And this is essentially a delivery system which can be aerosoled. Just saying, guys. This is some very interesting information as to what this does and what it can do. Now, when you go back to the Lockwood and you go to the second one that says mirror, it will also take you to something on this, that this and its vectors for developing the V word against biological warfare agents. But if you'll notice, this isn't our Defense Department. This came from here. Not only did it come from there, this is how long this information has been out here, 2004. And it comes from this country, not ours, because we know ours has not been real good at telling us the truth. But if you go through this, part of it's in French. Um, just read it. I can't make up your mind for you as to what it is, or you need to go investigate to get that information and that knowledge for yourself. Curiosity of a child, remember, never stop learning. Always be looking for the truth. But there are some very interesting things on this page. And right down here at the bottom, you see this. And this is an actual song playlist. What I have figured out is yes, this is a song playlist. Yes, these numbers mean things, but this is more of a calendar. Because if you'll notice, there are things on here which you can act the Great Awakening began, things of that nature. Yuletide, which is New Year. Now the next one, if this was the New Year, if this marked calendar-wise New Year, globalist going, going, gone, which would stand to tell me that there's a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks. Hey, Daryl, which is based off it's the Davos Economic Forum. But the thing that gets me about this is we know Yuletide has passed. The Globalist Economic Forum is coming. So that leaves two things left on this calendar. The World's Fair, which is July 4th, 2026, which would mark 250 years. And then Heaven's Light. Steve Samuels project right here. Steve Samuels is supposedly the one behind that runs Ingersoll Lockwood. He also writes books. This song, The World's Fair 2026, there's an actual message in the beginning of it, a verbal message, and it lasts 10 minutes. All of the songs on this playlist, I know my microphone has gone haywire. I think it's my laptop, Daryl. I don't think it's the microphone. Um, something's gone wrong with the USB port on this laptop. I think it's about time to replace this cheap junk. But if you look at it as something to mark time with, you have the storm has begun, the storm, a golden age, and this is nothing political. I'm just looking at facts tricks and clues and things that are put out in front of us that we should at least be paying attention to. But the thing about it at the end is there's only 3 things left. And this heaven's light to me would look like exactly what we think it is. Anyway, just something that caught my attention because where we're at on it is the globalist gone. And we have this big economic council coming up. I don't know if any of you have looked into XRP or what it is, what it could be. We know they're trying to take cash out of the system. But there are some extremely interesting links, especially when you go to the library. When you come down through the library, you have the books of Ingersoll Lockwood written, which are about Trump, Baron Trump, and his wonderful adventure. The Last President, Laconics of Cult, which is a interesting read, to say the least. But your homework is Enoch. Now, Enoch is where you, hey, Diana, it is good to see you, girlfriend. I ain't seen you in a minute. Enoch is left out of the Bible for a reason. But this is where you learn about the Nephilim and the evil deities that they are. And I say are, not were, are. These deities you have to sacrifice to them. And there are a lot of bigger groups that are connected to these. Sorry, guys, I don't know. Anyway, I'll let you go. Mike's not working to work on it, but go down through, look at some of this stuff. And I'll get to work on the microphone to see if I can fix the problem. But there's some good information here. Farming, victory gardens, heirloom farming. Go on here and take a look around. See what you see. There's some unique and interesting stuff on here. But I just wanted to get on and say hi. I got a couple of messages this morning that some of you were feeling a little isolated, nobody to reach out to. And just wanted to let you know I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back tomorrow night. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. We'll see if we can't get this mic thing fixed. All right, guys. Love you. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Go explore. Learn something new. This is a good one to check on. Go be nosy. Love you. Bye.